Today we can finally start on one of the most important rooms of this apartment. That being the bathroom. In case you're new here, we're turning this apartment located in a 130-year-old building in the heart of Oslo into our dream home. We're renovating the whole thing from top to bottom, new ceilings, new floors, new rooms, new walls, everything. Previously, we've done a whole lot of tearing down. We made a whole bunch of dust. And today is no different because today we're gonna finally tackle the bathroom. Now this bathroom does look kinda grim. It's really old and it's pretty small. And just yesterday we finally got all the permits in place that allows us to increase the size of this bathroom and make it a whole lot bigger and a whole lot nicer. Well, it does look pretty rough at the moment because we've already hacked a couple of holes in here to look at some water lines, but none of that matters because all of this is gonna get torn down. We're gonna increase the size both width-wise and length-wise. And to do that, we've first gotta start with some demolition. So let's just jump right into it. Let's tear down all of this, get it back to as bare bones as we possibly can, so that we then can start rebuilding the new walls and all the cool stuff inside of it. I hope you're not tired of watching us tear down stuff yet, because there's gonna be a whole lot more of that. Oh yeah. Alright, we're definitely making progress. I think we're basically done with the worst part, or at least the most heavy part, which was the brick wall that was there. And before you worry, no, that thing was not load bearing. Same thing as with the one in the living room. This right here used to be a kitchen, so that wall was really just fire protection. Also, thanks to Vilda's brother who helped smash that wall to bits. But I definitely think the tedious part of that job went to Vilda, who had to clean all the mess up afterwards. The rest should just be plasterboard with tiles on the outside. I'm actually really curious to see what's hiding behind all this stuff. Alright, I guess it's finally time. Toilet's gotta go. You sure you don't want to go use it one last time?
No.
Yeah. There we go. Good catch! In case you don't know what happened, this thing turned on and water came out.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
Jesus Christ.
There's no water in it! Poop water!
Ew. That old
Poop?
poop.
Maybe. That is probably poop. I mean, definitely poop. It's Monday morning, which means it's yet again time to start annoying the neighbors. And yeah, for those of you asking, I am saving a bunch of this stuff. Just a lot of it is just not worth saving. Tell you one thing, this sure isn't any fun. Underneath the tiles, there's like a solid 2 inches of concrete, which is reinforced, ow wow, with this chicken wire stuff. And in addition to that, there's these fat cables, which are the floor heating, or used to be the floor heating. But although this is no fun at all, it is really good that we're doing this right now, because underneath all of this concrete, there's a lot of moisture. And no one's showered here the last at least 2 months. And I doubt that all of this water came from us tipping over the toilet yesterday. The bathroom here is now down to the last layers. This stuff is actually what keeps all the water inside. This is a plastic membrane. It's like this plasticky thing that's laid out over the entire floor and a little bit up on the edges. And it's this really sticky thing that I'm not really sure how I'm gonna get off yet. But this is gonna be the moment of truth, whether or not the shower has been leaking. Because in reality, it's okay to have a little bit of water on top of this. It's whether or not it's wet underneath. That's gonna be the interesting part. I really don't know how to do this. My God, I almost can't believe that over here used to be a bathroom just like a couple of days ago. Now, as you can see, we spent a good bit of time getting all this stuff cleaned up, and we've found a couple of things, so let me show you. But first, a quick ad from today's sponsor, Masterworks. So, guys, help me out. Should I buy a Picasso, an Andy Warhol, or a Banksy? Because I'm thinking about decorating this place when it's finished. But, Alex, don't those paintings sell for millions of dollars? How would you ever be able to afford one? And you're right, I probably won't ever be able to afford a Picasso to hang in my apartment. But I could put one in my portfolio. Because although I don't talk much about finance, it's always good to keep an eye out for new and exciting things. Did you know that the contemporary art prices outpaced the S&P 500 by 164% from 1995 to 2021? And they exhibit limited correlations to any other major asset classes? Now there's a platform where people like you and me can invest in contemporary art. It's hassle-free and it's priced so anyone can get involved. I'm talking about Masterworks. They buy paintings from legends such as Banksy, Picasso, or Basquiat. Then they put those paintings on their platform where over 360,000 Masterworks members can buy shares of those paintings. Click the link in the description below to get yourself a VIP pass and skip the line so you can start investing immediately. Head to Masterworks and get yourself a personal Picasso. So first of all, I think it's a pretty good thing that we're doing this renovation right now, because there was already a little bit of water damage here, which wouldn't have gotten any better over time, and also up on the top there, and a lot of the stuff on the wall was pretty moldy. So good thing we have all this open. We can sort out any places where there might have been any leaks, get all the moldy stuff down and replaced, and start fresh. Now, it was pretty interesting to see how the floor was built up. Basically, the whole floor was built on these long wedges that made it so that the entire floor was slanted slightly towards where the drain was. Now, over here where the shower used to be, that wall actually used to be the old entrance. So right behind here is the hallway to the building. Now, I've already chiseled off all the layers of mud that was on the outside of all these cinder blocks. That's going to be replaced with a bit more of a modern solution. And doing so, hopefully we can increase the size of the shower a little bit. But all of that is from one of the next episodes. I think the next step is continue all the fun we've been having and just keep tearing down stuff. And I think it's finally time. In here, the last room that we have sort of dust-free. All of that is gonna go because we're gonna need to tear everything down, because we want to sound insulate the ceiling for the 2 bedrooms so it's nice and quiet. That means, yep, you guessed it, the same thing that we did in the last episode. We're gonna tear down the old ceiling. Now in here, we've currently got this little office thingy set up with some of my tools, a place to work, and of course coffee. And we're about to lose all this at the same time we're about to make a ton of dust. So I've got an idea to solve that problem. Well, first of all, you might have noticed that there's a lot that's happened in the ceiling here since the last episode. I actually started on this, and then just a few days later we got the permits to do the bathroom, so we had to jump on that. This will be in one of the upcoming videos, and I'll go through that whole process then. But until now, I'm gonna try and build a little room in the corner over here with some plastic that we can have as sort of our dust-free area to have our stuff while the rest of this place is just gonna get packed with dust again. Huh? Not bad, huh? Next up, move all the stuff in here and then just tear down the rest of that room, I guess. Okay, we are making progress. This room that used to be our office is now empty. And over here in the living room, we've got our little plastic box. We've got a little desk set up, coffee machine, and I guess this will be our home office for the next couple of weeks, months. As you can see, we've yet again collected a huge pile of wood material, just rubble, plasterboard. Now the guys that will come and pick all this up will be here in about an hour. So yet again, the same game begins. Let's see how much more trash I can make in that hour before they come pick it up. Let's just start smashing things again. That's that was just as fun as the last time. All right, almost there. All the plasterboard from the ceiling is down. Same technique as the last time. Chisel off the first layer and then unscrew the second one. Works really well. And officially, the very last piece of plasterboard we'll have removed from this entire apartment is that wall over there. We'll do that real quick, and then all we got left is the ceiling. And if you've seen the previous episode, you kind of get an idea of how that is gonna go. That it is gonna get messy, so I'm gonna try and be smart and cover off the entrance here. So we're gonna try, at least, to contain all the mess to just one room. All right, let's do this. Go.
My God, just look at this. This is real. It's literally so dusty that I can barely see my feet. I don't know if you can see me, but I'm in here, and that was a mess, but I'm done.
All right, I think we can finally say that the worst part, well, at least the dirtiest part of this entire project is finally done. As you can see, we've spent a ton of time just cleaning up this room, sweeping and sweeping again, and trying to get rid of as much of the dust as possible. And boy, it was safe to say I was pretty done after that day.
You know what? I'd be perfectly happy if I never have to do that ever again.
Now the garbage company came and picked up all our trash just like the other times, and then for the last remaining couple of bricks and all the wood from the ceiling here, we got some great help from Wilda's brothers carrying everything down, and then with the quick trip to the recycling station, we've now finally gotten rid of all the old construction materials that we won't need anymore. Which means that at least for this room, it's mostly clean and empty and ready to start working in again. As for the other room, I mean, we've at least got rid of the trash, but there's still so much stuff in here. So you're probably wondering, what's next? Well, you might remember that the floor here has these deep holes from the previous leveling. We'll need to fix all of this. There's also a step coming from the living room and in here we've been tearing down. I want to get rid of this step so the entire floor in the entire apartment is on the same level. That means not only replacing all the floor in that room, but we're gonna also be ripping up all of this. And as for the bathroom, you can see that we've started laying up some lines on the floor here with some tape to figure out the size. We've also spent a little bit of time trying to figure out what everything is gonna look like in here. Here's a little preview. I think we'll manage to squeeze everything we need into that relatively small space, but all of that will have to be from one of the next videos. As for now, I think that will be it for this episode. Make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it. Click that bell so you get notified when I upload the next episode. As for now, thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye. Man, I can't believe after all that cleanup, I'm just gonna start making a mess again. Really never gets old, huh?